Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today, let me introduce you to my favorite Generation 2 Vacheron Constantin Overseas. That's right, we're talking about the Overseas Perpetual Chronograph reference 49020 in stainless steel and titanium. You can see this 2011 boutique limited edition of 80 pieces and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included, and they are a rich lot, high resolution images for your desktop or viewing pleasure, and naturally complete pricing details for this limited edition of 80 pieces. Now, the watch on my wrist represents a timepiece I am seriously considering for myself, so I beg that you buy it rather than allow me to deviate from my JLC collection roadmap, because this is a sensational watch that represents the high watermark of the well-loved second generation Overseas, giving you everything you expect in a 150-meter water-resistant and anti-magnetic sports watch with the utility of a perpetual calendar, the romance of a moon phase, and the universal applications of a chronograph, all in one automatic winding watch. So yes, this was a 2011 boutique series limited to Vacheron Constantin retailers, stainless steel case, vulcanized rubber strap, and a beautiful blasted finish titanium bezel. You can see that tonal contrast between the bezel and the case. It's gorgeous, and the bezel nicely matches the dial. The watch is easy to wear, 42 millimeters, but it's far more compact with a cushion-shaped case inspired by the late 1970s reference 222, a pioneering Vacheron sports watch. This timepiece is also remarkably slim, only 13 millimeters thick, despite the perpetual, the moon phase, the automatic winding, and the chronograph. And with a generously sloped Maltese cross motif bezel, that's what that recurring sawtooth pattern is. It's the Maltese cross in abstract. It easily slides underneath a dress cuff. You can see the cupped case back means it nestles into the wrist when you strap it down. An easy watch to wear with any attire, especially tight formal sleeves. From lug to lug, it's a gentle giant, though 42 millimeters across the round of the case, not including crown guards, pushers, or crown. The watch is only 50.7 millimeters lug to lug, and it has a generously downturned set of lug flanks that mean the watch wears well on wrists even as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, so it's a versatile timepiece. The strap is wonderfully flexible, pliant, comfortable, evacuated on the bottom. Not only does that mean there's less material unless the watch has a more flexible, more comfortable strap, but you can see the striations feature pockets that allow the wrist to breathe on a hot day, allowing moisture, sweat, grit to escape. You can also see that the strap is held on both sides by screws for absolute security. No spring bars here. See in the form of the interaction between the strap and the case flank, once again, that Maltese cross motif. This is a thoughtfully designed watch as well as a supremely practical one, and the integration of strap flare with the actual shape of the lugs means it's as integrated and handsome as the watch would appear on the full bracelet. It does come with an alligator leather accessory strap when you purchase it, so you can go a little bit more upscale still if you would like to. Once again, Maltese cross motif, open up the twin trigger actuated double deploying clasp, and still more signature cues referencing the Vacheron logo. A combination of high polish and blasted finishes. This is anything but a default design and default execution. Handsome and secure. You can see it's even curved on its underside to trace the arc of your wrist. Now, the case is a combination of satin finish on its tops, high polish on its flanks, and then there's a gentle transitional bevel that blends the two surfaces together. The bezel itself, again, is blasted and handsome. It's a matte metallic finish, nicely dulled. It has a little bit of a gleam without a harsh glare, and you can see the same treatment on the darkened dial. A beautiful dial with an outboard ray haut that slopes down to join the dial base with the bezel. You can also see that it's blessed with shocks of yellow that nicely stand out from the dial base, so you can quickly read, for instance, chronograph seconds, or if you want to read the hour register, which is set within the concentric registers at 9 o'clock. A perpetual calendar. This is the kind of complication you can reference every day while dating correspondence, emails, letters, memos. A practical watch and a beautiful one. The fact that it has the moon phase, the triple register chronograph, and the perpetual calendar means it has a gorgeous cruciform symmetry about it. The hands at center as well as the applied indices are in white gold and robustly luminescent. So this is a true sports watch, easy to view in any light. You can even see how the sawtooth style striations of the knurling of the crowns and the shoulders for the chronograph pushers emulate the Maltese cross logo. This is a beautifully styled watch, and style and flair, panache and daring, all of those are traits that have traditionally characterized Vacheron Constantin design from the beginning to the present. They may be high horology and Big Three, Holy Trinity, but the bottom line is they absolutely have a sense of humor, and they have an adventurous streak that's well manifest in this watch. Now, because it is a vertical clutch column wheel caliber 1136 QP in there, you can see with the vertical clutch there's absolutely no jump to the chronograph seconds hand, no stagger when it stops, and you'll see now that I've halted it, because of the vertical clutch, which has no teeth and thus no play, it always resets perfectly to the index at 12. Moreover, because of the vertical clutch, you can just leave it running, and though it will run down the power reserve a little bit more quickly, it will not cause additional wear and tear on the mechanism. That's the advantage of a vertical clutch. So if you don't want to seek out the small seconds register, you can just have seconds at center. Now the watch features a Frederic Piguet 1185 base, which is to say an integrated automatic 40-hour power reserve vertical clutch column wheel, high horology movement finished appropriately. In addition to the vertical clutch, it has a column wheel. So you can hear and you can feel the crispness of this movement. The column wheel is old school. It's the way you want an upscale luxury chronograph made. You can see the image of the full rigged ship on the case back, the inspiration of the overseas, and of course you can see that the watch is both labeled 150 meters water resistant and anti-magnetic. In spite of the through fittings, the pusher adjusters for the perpetual calendar, and the extra thickness of the automatic chronograph with perpetual calendar module, it doesn't lose any water resistance, and it doesn't lose its soft iron inner cage, so it remains just as water resistant and anti-magnetic as the standard overseas. This is an impressive piece. It has a high horology movement on the inside, a distinctive, versatile, and handsome case on the outside. The combination of the titanium and the steel is possibly the best combo for this generation of the overseas. And of course, the fact that it wears well even on a small wrist makes it spectacularly versatile. You haven't even seen it on the alligator leather, and the watch comes with a virtual steamer trunk worth of accessories. This is as good as the second generation overseas gets. Reference 49020 was all too rare during its lifetime. Nevertheless, as the buyer, that's to your advantage. A full-featured, full-service, full-sized modern sports watch from a Holy Trinity brand. You can see and buy this one on our website.